clean summer vibe. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does make a difference. It does make a difference
because now she got to tell you, hey, yeah, we going to today. Don't wear them little jeans you like with the.
But you know what? It's true.
There's no range in the nigga wardrobe.
Yeah, I found women doing that, trying to teach a man how to be a man, which makes no sense to me. I'm trying this new drink out, Bubbly. Shouts out to Bubbly. Shouts out to the Yeti too, man. Amazon.
Oh, we live?
Yeah, we are officially live. People, what's going on? It's your boy Bob from Mentourme.com alongside.
It's your boy Mike the Advisor. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Listen, I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, wonderful night. This topic is a real unique topic, and it's a topic that's going on every single day with a lot of women. This is the most common problem that we hear a lot of women have, and that we see. Well, actually, that we see a lot of women. Yeah, that we see a lot of women have, and we're trying to really tonight give them some guidance on how to pick better men, because you got to really think about it. My main question for tonight is, why do women, so many women, date the worst men?
Date the worst of us.
Now, we first got to understand what is considered worse. Let's start there.
Okay, so the worst, very simple. I'm inviting
What
you
is
out.
The worst when you say worse?
No, it's very simple. So, ladies, I'm inviting you out. We just started speaking. I initiated, the conversation. I initiated the date.
Correct.
I said, hey, I want to take you to XYZ. Very specific. I want to take you to XYZ. Or I say, hey, let's go to XYZ. You agree.
Correct.
And when we get there, you pay. Now, I don't know where y'all from, but the way that we're raised, right? If a male invites you somewhere, the least he can do is obviously pay for the meal. Pay for the experience, right? No, it's fine. Listen, I invited you out. So this on me.
That's real man.
And vice versa. I've had women invite me places. And I just love it because they've been raised so right. No. Just put your car away. I got this. I invited you. So that lets me know they're considerate. But this ain't about that. We're going to keep it on topic. This is about the no good dudes that a lot of girls be picking. I had a friend tell me the other day she went on a date with a guy and she had to pay. Now, I'm not against girls picking up tabs.
That's been going on a lot lately.
But I'm not against women picking up tabs. But I feel as if, as a man, you should never have her question your authority.
That's very true.
And what I mean by that is question who is playing in the dominant role. Unfortunately, in this world that we live in, there are roads and pavements and archetypes and systems already set up in place. So as a male,
correct,
you're supposed to lead. You're supposed to say, okay, well, if I invite you out to XYZ, I'm going to at least take the initiative to pay for this first meal.
And you would think, but here's the problem that's happening now. The type of men that women choose, right? These are the type of guys that want to play 50-50 games from day one.
Yeah, go Dutch.
Oh, let's become Dutch overnight. Okay, well, I asked you out. I want you, but here's what I'm gonna do. This date is $60. You got to pay your 30. I'm gonna pay my 30. Then you got women that's gonna go into this mindset. Well, I got my own money. I don't need his money. It's not. See, that's the thing. It's not a thing of who needs what money. You're already putting him in a position to put him in a subordinate position.
I got another one.
Then you realize that as you start dating this guy, now you're babysitting a, by theory, grown boy.
Yeah.
And it starts from right there. Date number one, you already picking up tabs, even though he invited you out, even though he's pursuing you, even though he wants to marry you or he wants to one day date you. But you're going into this pride and ego mentality. Well, I got my own money. It's not about your money. Once a man is weak enough to do that,
correct. This is about placing dominance in.
For sure, it starts right in the beginning.
It's about marking your territory.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because there's always a dynamic shift in a relationship.
Correct.
No matter what, a relationship, the way it's supposed to go, is there should be a leader and there should be a second in command. Right?
Correct.
So it doesn't mean that you both are on the same level. That's not what this is. Because one is leading, one is second in command, is following behind that. Right. So in order to lead, if that's the first red flag, you got to pay. But here's red flag number 2. Based on the venue that he's inviting you to.
Oh God.
You come out and you looking right. You pull the heels out.
Hey.
You did everything you were supposed to do.
Black little dress on.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. You did it up right, not too much because it's number one, but you might be causing traffic. Okay. And then he pulls up, and you have to question his attire. If you need to question what he got on, based on the location and the venue that where y'all at, it sounds crazy, ladies, but this is, in my opinion, these are the ones you need to run from, because I told a lady this. This is two things. This is a big gem I'm about to give y'all. A way a man puts himself together, dresses, tells you
everything about him.
Two important things, though.
Shit, I tell you a lot about him.
Here's two important things. These are gems, right? Ladies, put these in these mental notes.
Take notes, ladies. The
main two important things it signifies is one.
Zell, appreciate the love, man. What's popping?
The one thing it represents. When we're not saying that, and what I mean by this is understanding the occasion. So he's inviting you to a restaurant, and you're going to Applebee's.
Correct.
Does he wear a three-piece suit?
No.
He's overdressed. But men all the time, or that I've seen, the worst of us, have a tendency to go to these places and we underdress, or they don't keep up with where they're going. Now, just because it's designer also doesn't mean that you're overdressed. No. You can have a T-shirt that's designer, some jeans that's designer, some sneakers that's designer, but it's not appropriate for the setting. Nobody cares if it's a $500 T-shirt. It's a T-shirt.
Here's my thing too, Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't even understand how grown men are still having this problem when social media exists. You could go see images and videos of what people are wearing before you even bring the woman to the restaurant.
Correct.
So obviously the individual didn't do his homework. He just picked some expensive shit and felt, well, let me just bring her here. But he didn't think to say, okay, hold on, let me see what they're dressing like. For men, if you're on a date, if you're about to go on a date, use social media. Look at the images of the company. Look at the video.
No, we ain't giving dudes. We ain't giving them no. This is not for fellas to get game tonight. No. You book a session, or we gonna wait till we do that live. Because this is for. I want to give y'all ladies these gems. The two things represents. And Bobby, tell me if I'm wrong. That you need to look for when you go on a first date with a man, how he puts it together.
Correct.
Based on the location you guys are meeting. I'm not saying he has to be a snazzy dresser. No. What I'm saying is that is he an appropriate dresser for the right event, for the beach,
correct,
for a simple dinner, right, at a high end but not too high end restaurant, right? The first thing it represents is going to say attention to detail. A man who pays attention to detail, most likely, not all. It's not a foolproof thing I'm telling you here, but what I'm telling you is more than likely. Right, on average, somebody who does that pays attention to detail, which means details matter to that person, especially for women where details matter more than men.
Correct.
That means he may remember those small things. He may remember what you like. He may ask you intentional questions so he can set up the next surprise, the next date, the next thing. They're not just asking questions to ask questions, right? But it's attention to detail. Does the watch dial match the tone of his outfit, right? Or a piece of his outfit, right? Is there accent in the frame that matches that? Is there something in his shoe that's a statement, or a shirt, or is he understated but also, if you get my point. But attention to detail matters. That's
very
one.
True.
The second thing is, consideration. What I mean by that is consideration for himself and consideration for you. Because what I always hate is when I go to these places and I'm waiting to be seated. I walk in, hey, pleasure, nice to meet you. Michael, for two? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, have a seat. We'll be with you in 2 seconds. No worries. I'm waiting and somebody comes in.
You see the next dude
The next couple comes in. The girl looks nice. She had her dress on and, her heels. Like, you can tell she tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not looking a crazy way. She got a little makeup, her hair done. She looks cute, right? I'm not talking about the quality of her clothes, where she got it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is the attire for where she's going.
Yeah,
she's dressed appropriately. She's semi-formal.
She looks dressed appropriately.
Here's why she's in heels. Okay, so then when she's in heels or some form of a heel, I look at what he's got on. Automatically start with sneakers, busted too, and then it goes up to some very, very casual pants, might be even shorts, and then a shirt.
And then maybe even throw a chain on top that don't even match the occasion. And then we'll talk about that another day, the levels of chains.
And my thing is this though. You look like you just about to go to Walmart really quick and she looks like she's going to an event. Like she's dressing how she wants to be addressed.
What you see,
ladies, understand the way your man steps out the house is how he wants to be addressed.
correct.
Whether it's nonchalant or not, how he puts it together lets you know how he wants to be addressed. That's all I'm going to say.
Tonight, people, while we reset the room, we're talking about why do women date the worst men?
Yeah.
And Mike just spoke about attire, how important it is to pay attention to the attire the gentleman has on, because
when he's approaching
the attire tells you a lot about how you should be approaching him.
Correct.
But for some of you, I guess when you watch music videos and when you watch social media,
and a little bit,
you start to psychologically retain the foolishness and believe, okay, that's what a man looks like.
No,
and then long term or short term, you're upset.
Correct.
Oh, men ain't ish. Oh, there ain't no good men out here. But
he's
look
immature.
Who you're picking.
Yeah.
Look at his attire alone tells you what direction of life he's going.
Yeah. And let me clarify this. For the people who may come in, you may think like, damn, based on how he dressed, he can't be a good man.
No, we can't say that.
That's not what we're saying.
But it tells
what I'm telling you is that with men, we're very simple, ladies. Do not complicate it. What I mean by that is that we leave clues. And we're simple. Men don't like gray areas. We like to stick within our comfort zones.
Correct.
So men may wear the same style of clothes because they're comfortable in that. They may not get into anything a little more fitted because in his mind he's thinking, "Oh, nah, that's gay. I ain't gonna do that." Cool, you don't got to. Oh, I ain't gonna wear that shirt. That just ain't my style. What is your style?
What is your style then?
Right. So not every man is fashion forward.
Correct.
Okay,
that's fair to say,
and that's fair. But what I mean by that is you don't need to be fashion forward to know how to put it together for the right venue. That's all we're saying. Start with that first. So if you go to a nice little place, it ain't gotta be a 5-star restaurant, $300 plates. That's not what we're saying. But if you go to a nice place, you would expect that he would dress right for a nice place. And his standard, that's also gonna tell you what his standard is. Because some men may overdo it, and you can tell that he doesn't really normally dress like this.
Correct.
He's trying to impress me because he doesn't look comfortable in it. It's not an everyday thing.
You know,
right?
While you talk about attire, and this is a good point because
these are small clues, is what I'm saying. Not to cut you off, but these are small clues that, ladies, if you just look at that,
oh yeah,
it'll stop a lot of it. You won't even have to worry about getting into the bedroom with him yet.
Because and I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. Understand the clues of the clothing, aka the attire, tells you a lot. It starts also another problem. Because once they don't know how to dress or don't understand what type of events they're going to and why and how they should be addressed.
They think Jordans go to everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot of dudes that think like, I'm wearing Nikes to every event.
I'm wearing Jordans with a suit.
You're going to be on a rooftop event with Nikes on. You're going to be, but it's not their fault because here's the problem too, women. With them not understanding that and you moving forward with that, another bad habit comes into play where now you're trying to save and fix every aspect of it. Him not understanding how to be a grown man at certain locations. Him not understanding how to dress. You're trying to dress him. See, this is the problem I see with a lot of women. And women, we're trying to help you get out of the habits you're in. Stop trying to fix every man. Yeah. Starting from attire, you shouldn't have to fix that.
Yeah.
He should know he's taking you out to a certain location.
Correct.
He should know how to dress. He should know to go to YouTube if you need to, or Google or IG to go look at the location.
I'm going to say this, Bobby, and you hit it on the head. At a certain age, ladies, depending on the age of men you date, which I always suggest go higher in age.
For sure.
But depending on the age of men that you date, you're at a position now where when you're out of high school and you're in the real world,
correct,
it is now your responsibility
to save every goddamn man. I'll tell you that.
Not only to save every goddamn, but it's not your responsibility to guide a man on how to be a man, whether he had a daddy or not, whether he was raised by a single mother or not. Well, you can give all the excuses you want.
Correct.
The reason why I'm saying this because we're in a marketplace that's competitive. Dating is competition.
Correct.
You are vetting him against all the other thousands of dudes in your DM to see, well, he's close, he's in proximity. Let me give him a chance. Versus your husband is sitting right there and you wouldn't even read the message yet.
But you know, too.
So my point is that there's a point where some men effort to them is just normal. to some men, effort is like, I ain't doing all that. That's too much. If she want to mess with me, she want to mess with me, right? Which is an immature stance.
Yeah, because
right?
you still got to be competitive.
There's a level of maturity. There's a level of
market out there.
immaturity, right? So this is what we're saying. But I want to get to now, because now you know the worst of us, right? We're gonna get to more of what we mean by the worst of us. But I want to get into the 3 points where we talk about where why we believe women pick these men. I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, Bobby, when you talk about wanting to save him.
Mm-hmm.
Explain when you say wanting to save him. Do you think women have maybe an addiction of wanting to just fix toxic men?
Here's the thing, right?
Like, what is
women are naturally nurturing bodies,
correct?
Right? When they have children, they're naturally nurturing, right? So sometimes, again, as an emotional individual, you naturally see a man with an issue or see a man with 100 issues. You think you're gonna fix all the issues, not realizing here it goes again. Your time. You're gonna waste time trying to do what we call Mr. Build-A-Man. While you're playing this Mr. Build-A-Man, you got a great man passing you by that could have been the wonderful man.
Yep.
But the problem with you as you playing this world for years of playing Mr. Build-A-Man,
yeah,
you wasted time, wasted dollars, wasted energy. And some of you, it's sad, but eventually, at a certain point, you would think, you say, okay, it's time for me to move forward. It's time for me to be a mature adult and realize this isn't going to work. But instead, let me go have a child with him. Let me go have 2 kids with him.
Yeah.
Let me
He's
go
good
have
enough for that, but he ain't good enough to be my husband.
That's the part that I never understood.
He's good enough for that.
He's good enough to have a child with me, but he's not good enough to be a great father. He's not good enough to be a husband. So why did you have a child with this guy? Oh, he changed.
No,
You're telling me
no,
you ain't
no.
see no signs?
No, Bobby, that's not it. Bobby, they don't believe in abortion, so.
Oh, no, that abortions. They don't believe in also contraceptive, birth control, or gains weight. People, there's always going to be an excuse, right?
Correct.
As grown adults, when do you say, I'm going to hold myself accountable?
Yeah.
Let's be real, ladies. Let's be real. You're
adults. Let's be real.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
You keep dating no good men that you're trying to save. You're trying to play Mr. Fix-It with every man. He gives you some sob story of why at 40 he ain't got no money. Why at 40 his bank account.
Yeah, he's still playing video games.
He's still playing video games. Why at 40 he ain't got no car. Why at 40 he still got a job that's paying him $300, $400 a week. And then here you go. Well, I make more money than him. Let me just be his ride or die and take my income and just save him. Now who's gonna save you? Who's gonna save you? This is ladies, you gotta be realistic with the men you date. Your time is precious.
Understand this. Do you know that I don't know the full story, but you know the nurse that was speeding in LA and killed all those people. The video was horrific.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
The video was horrific.
Linda, what's popping, baby?
And
I'm gonna take some comments in a minute.
The video was horrific, and rest in peace to all the families and whoever were involved. But she sped through a light, right? It was viral on social media for a little while. And from what I heard when I first saw the report was that she got in an argument with her boyfriend.
Yeah, that is
not correct. Her husband of 10 years, nothing committed serious. Her boyfriend.
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, she got in an argument with her boyfriend because she found out he cheated or something like that.
Yeah, some foolishness.
So that anger plus whatever she's dealing with in her life,
personal life, yeah.
We don't know, because obviously for her to do something like that, there's more going on than just him.
I don't think it's just him.
I think there's more going on than him, but he probably pushed it over.
Yeah.
But my point is to what you were saying.
To go grab 90 years, there's got to be more.
You get what I'm saying?
I think there's probably mental issues.
And he's probably a dude who probably, shout out to my boy Vern. He always asks these women this on Clubhouse, like about their past men. So man, does he say a weed man?
Yeah, you know,
because they always fit the same archetype. And the reason I say this is because we have a lot of personal data we've gone through, just going through all these Clubhouse conversations where we ask hundreds of women the same question. And these are really good women, solid. I'm talking about they deserve rings. This real estate should be already bought. But the problem is they spent so much time with the wrong one.
Correct.
Trying to fix the wrong one, wanting to save him.
It's remember the nurturing factor. That's the problem. They want to nurture everybody, including the man. I want to nurture him to the point where everything he does wrong, every aspect he does not fit for me, I want to fix it. the problem solver in the relationship really should always be, should be majority of the time the man. The problem is it's reciprocated. Women come into this world dating men where they're solving all problems.
Yeah, they're trying to pour into us.
Let me make decisions. Let me pour into you. Let me motivate you every minute. Let me tell you that you need to be somebody. You need to go to school. You need to get a better job. You got to tell a grown man that?
Ladies,
that's crazy to me.
I'm going to go back
what kind
to
of man is that?
I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to give him a gem. We'll get to the next thing and we'll take some comments. But I'm going to give him this. There's one gem. You can go watch this.
Go ahead.
Whether you're a believer or not, this ain't for religious people. This is just in general good information.
Correct.
I always go back to this. You know, T. Jakes had a sermon talking about real men pour in.
Correct.
And he gave it in an angle that I didn't even look at it. I'm like, you're right about this.
I remember that video.
Real men pour in. So that's even on a physical level. For a birth or consummation to even happen, we have to do what? Pour in.
Correct.
We're designed this way to pour in to you. You're designed to take what we give you and nurture it and multiply it. So, and he said one bar, and I'll leave you with this: be careful pouring too much into us. Be careful. So these wanting to save a man, want to cap to save a man.
I can't tell you
save a man. You gotta stop that.
I can't tell you how many women I've met in my life that when you ask them, why are they having such difficult times finding a man, it's always the same issue. When you hear the occupation, when you hear the stability, when you hear what he's done, it has
type of dude he is.
It's nothing.
It all goes back to the mindset being in the same level.
Sure, for sure.
He's just like, I'm talking about.
They dealing with low level men, like the bottom of the bottom. It's like, okay, let me go get any man that makes $35,000 a year, $45,000 a year, that probably has great cologne on, that has the most lower class of life, and that's what I want to fuck with. And then you get upset. You get upset that you're not growing. Your friends are traveling with their man. Your friends are opening up businesses, investing, and doing different things. And what are you doing?
Because their man putting them on.
Their man is putting them on.
Right. Their man is in a position where they can actually give them.
While you got to go do overtime, go work a second job to support your man.
Right.
Oh, I just want to be there for him through thick and thin. No.
That's a scarcity mindset.
There's levels to this. This is the problem. Women date men with substance. It has to make sense.
There you go.
Date men with substance.
Yes.
You date men like you scroll down TikTok or IG.
A lot of
women will see a dude just shirt off. Oh, that's what I want my baby daddy to look like.
No substance.
Never had a conversation. They wouldn't even care what the hell the man did for a living.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even ask that.
Yeah.
As long as, hey, you know what? He got tats. Oh, what he tall, he's short, he's dark, he light, whatever. It's crazy.
So let me ask you this thing about it.
What's up?
We know that the main reason why that they always pick the wrong man because they have this tendency to always want to save a man.
Correct.
Now, not every woman wants to save a man. It doesn't fall into the category.
Not every woman, but majority.
But I think another good subset of them also, they may not even know this, but I feel like a lot of them, for them, they're just easy to find. Because it's statistically that's the majority of men, unfortunately. The average Joe that's bottom of the barrel.
Garbage men come a dime a dozen.
There you go. Easy. They're easy to find.
They're easy to find. They have a lot of time. And they don't have hobbies. Yeah. They don't have drive. They'll accept you in any condition.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell you anything about yourself to better you. And it's very true. Garbage men are the easiest men to just find.
Because they make you feel good because they have nothing else to do. So
exactly.
I think that's also a trick because there's so many of them. It's hard for women to kind of think like, okay, so where do I pick? Where do I find them?
But if they of course go on our website and get our vetting manual, learning how to ask the right questions on date number 1 and 2, what they would learn is these questions would cross out and eliminate a lot of men on date number 1 or 2. You'll stop wasting your time.
So let me get into this then, because we know that they're easy to find. But do you think, additional to that, This sounds like not wanting, because every time, even not only from that, but even from our own experience being on Clubhouse and talking to a lot of different women about their experiences and relationships and what they had and what they don't want, what they've been through and what they don't want, and what they do want, they all fall in the same category.
Correct.
But it seems to me that they all fall in the same category because nobody really taught women how to date, right?
Nobody taught men how to date.
Nobody taught men how to date.
Correct.
But they're picking dudes that are in their comfort zone.
Yeah. No. Okay. Let's be honest, right?
Because anything worth having is not gonna be easy to find. Because for us, a baddie is not gonna be easy.
For sure.
We get in that DM, we in the back of the line.
Imagine this. Imagine you go to an event. This guy's probably the best thing out there. Okay. Every other guy's trash. Based on what he drive, I guess, based on how he's dressed at that event, there's going to be that woman like, oh my God, he looks so good. The next one going to say, he looks so good. Now, all these women want this so good looking man. Not one woman's going to say, hold on, he look good, but I ain't going to lie. I just spoke to him, man. His conversation,
he's dumb as rocks.
He's dumb as rocks. Now, I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, oh my God, I wanted him. I'm so glad. Here's the problem. Now you got this easy man that you want on the first night that has no true career, no true ambition. When you ask him what's some hobbies, I don't have none. What countries you ever flown to? I don't really believe in traveling. Okay.
He got side hobby is he massaging women on the side.
Yeah, that's the
private massage lessons.
See, and this is the problem. Women,
man,
you gotta get out of that comfortable position you're in.
Yeah, stop waiting for us to come to you. Trust me, the man you want may require you to put in some work.
And when we say put in work,
meaning you need to be in the room.
You need to be in the room. You also sometimes, for some women, they need to lose the weight.
Oh, of course.
That's a whole women. That's a real discussion. Like,
it's a whole other conversation.
Some of you are so out of shape, you just bad body, and you want a certain type of man.
You just think because you got a vagina like this,
I'm gonna get what I want. No, sir. Men have standards. Men have tastes.
You're gonna get what's available.
Certain men know. Okay, well, look, I ain't gonna lie. I work out. I want a woman that works out. Some women, I ain't touching the gym. I ain't losing no weight. That's cool. Just understand the man you want ain't gonna work for him.
Yeah.
Women, you gotta understand. You gotta readjust sometimes just to make sure you're uncomfortable to get the man that's gonna put you in a comfortable position of what you like. Mm-hmm. The women like to be so comfortable. Like, you know what? I keep dating guys that's truck drivers. I keep dating guys that got vending machines that work at down there at Verizon. I keep dating guys making $35,000 a year.
Right.
And
who's not really trying to take over the world. Like,
look at the results you
get. Not masterminding and putting in work and.
Let me take some of these comments, man. People, what's going on? Right now, we're talking about why do women pick the worst men to date?
They pick the worst of us.
Azelle says, man, I appreciate it. Love the message, man. Shout out to the morning. That's my dude right there. Mm-hmm. Learning and Earning says, women pick bad men from loneliness.
Okay.
Not all women are attention grabbing. Your 4 or 5 doesn't get Your 4 or 5 doesn't get approached. The guy who finally approach you is usually a pokey.
Okay.
Yeah, I should try to go with that. Okay, here's my thing, right?
Yeah, but ladies, before you respond to
that, I can break that down.
You need to stop only dating the guys who approach you.
Yeah.
Like, stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unfortunately, dating is competitive.
Yeah.
So the man that you believe, I love when women be like, oh, where he at? Mama, he's not coming after you.
he's not going to jump in your window at night. How you like to go to work, church, and home.
Stop
assuming that's not gonna work.
Stop thinking that you're supposed to always be hunted. Unfortunately, if you want to be hunted, you have to be in the right. The timing is everything. You have to be in the right place, in the right areas, right, in the right circles to find what you're looking for. You just going to the gas station over there off of Martin Luther King to put $30 in your goddamn Altima.
Yeah,
doesn't mean that the guy that pulls up to you at the gas station is the one you should go and start a life with.
I see a lot. A lot of women like to do this whole. They'll go to a brunch.
That's your only lead list. The people who just come to you a bit like.
And that's the problem too, right? Women go to a brunch, 7 women deep. Nah, these niggas ain't shit. Sweetheart, you're 7 deep. There ain't no man gonna approach you. Have you took my tips of leaving your group and walking around, putting yourself in a position where men could come approach you.
Correct.
Instead of you 7, 10 women deep at an event, who's gonna approach you?
Yeah. And then you might.
I'm gonna sit on the couch all night.
You might not
okay. Yes.
Good
Good luck.
No, you're not.
Good luck.
You're not even gonna get approached because you don't know how to handle uncomfortability. You don't know how to handle when a guy comes to you that you don't want. You don't know how to handle that situation. You haven't practiced enough in the gym of, you know what, in conversation, offer conversation. You know what, you're cute. You're not my type, but I think my homegirl over there might probably like you. Like you haven't gotten to the point. All you know is just no, get out of my face. Like you just know attitude. You don't know how to say, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Right now, I'm not. You're not my type, but.
I have a friend who is.
I probably have a friend who might be.
Exactly.
Or that's it. But that's it. Thank you.
That's mature.
And if he keeps bothering you, then he's very simple to walk away.
That's
right?
It.
You're thinking too deep into what ifs. Like if it gets horrible because you had a horrible experience. But my point is this: get out of just thinking he's just gonna come up to you, right, with the most creative line. You're just gonna be like, oh my gosh, he said this, and I just felt. We're not doing that. It's not. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
We're not in that world no more. And I don't know, that world is probably in the 70s.
Stop, and this is why you're waiting for Santa to come down that chimney. And unfortunately, Santa don't exist, baby.
You realize how many women are hitting 40 and can't even say they found a 30% man?
Talking about where they at? What do you mean where they at? Where you at?
Where you at? Name the last 4 places you hung out at when you went out with your girls. Some of y'all probably the same places. Okay, when you went to the place, did any of y'all get up and walk around?
You ain't gonna
know. We'll just vibing and chilling.
You ain't gonna know different. Nowhere different.
Tell me what man's gonna come where you and 7 women clicked up and just jump into conversation like that? What quality man? You gotta.
Oh, I don't know where to find him at. Why don't you just Google rooftop event in your city?
Imagine. Next thing she said, Linda was popping. Linda said, no, we don't want to build a man now, but a lot of women do. A lot of women, it's sad to say, they love them build a man. Mr. Help me create myself type shit. It's crazy. They need a dude. I'm teaching them how to dress. I'm teaching them how to write. I'm teaching them how to drive. I'm teaching them what cologne to wear. I'm teaching them what.
We about to go to this restaurant. That jersey you like to wear. I don't want you pulling it out. Do you have any collar shirts?
Unbelievable.
Like it's just.
Imagine that. You got to tell him what to wear.
Like, are you his mom or are you his?
That's already. Imagine.
You gotta go to the store and teach him how to dress.
At 40, he ain't got no money. Oh no, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of men at 40 that don't have no money. There's a lot. That. Some of them 45 still making ends meet. Learning and earning. I could have used this advice from this video a few years ago. Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, appreciate
you too, man. Shout out to love. Shout out to you too, man. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok too at Mentourme 954, man. Linda says, do you think a woman should focus on getting herself together, such as working out, a little cosmetic surgery if needed, and a dress code in order to see a more attractive man?
100,000%. To that point,
100%.
Bobby.
Linda, you just gave the secret sauce.
Exactly.
Secret sauce.
Ladies, understand
100%.
This. We are wired differently than you. You may not care how he looked. We care.
We care. We want to see that frame. We want to see.
All we care about is.
I know. I care.
Let me not say all we care about, but to keep your man.
What you look like.
Let me say this: to get the man, to keep the man, you got to visually keep him interested.
Oh, come on!
In the house chilling, going out to eat, while y'all doing it, in the gym. Like you have to always keep him interested, physically, visually. Because why? If he's not inclined, because his eyes are gonna wander. There's women out there who definitely look better than you physically, who he might be like, damn, she looks, ooh, because that's not at home. So this is why that's very important for you women. You gotta get your body on point. Not get your body on point and show the whole world and put 50,000 booty photos in your story. What we're saying is get your body on point for you.
Women.
But for men, this is important. This is part of the process we teach men, which we got something coming up called the Ivy League, right? Which is the Increased Value League, right? Increased Value League, which is where do we start? Physically, get your body right. Mentally, get your mind right. Financially, get yourself right.
That's so important.
Those are the main 3 pillars you got to get right. Because if you don't get that right, you can't get your body right if your mind's not right. Can't get your money right if your body and your mind's not right.
Correct. and there's a lot of men, and I think also women, who fall in this situation. And it happens a lot.
In a relationship, you are here looking sloppy as hell.
And there's a lot of women that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
But if you would just lose the weight,
5-10 pounds,
5-10 pounds, maybe 20 pounds,
intermittent
change your attitude and be more positive. I don't like this smile. I don't like people talking to me. Mama, just don't date. Yeah. Just die single.
Just don't date.
Just die single. Because what you saying don't make sense.
Yeah.
I want a great man, but I don't want to do nothing that a great man would want to look after. Like I don't want to readjust myself for what a great man would want.
It's fine. You don't want to put in the work. Most people don't. But let me tell you this: there's nowhere, wherever everybody works now to pay their bills, whatever you do, you will never get to the next level without being great at what you already do. That's just the way it works. You can't go to management if you can't even cook fries at McDonald's.
And I'm gonna say this to you, Linda. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a fan of surgery, like because some women after 2-3 kids, the skin stretches, things happen.
Yeah, I ain't a fan of surgery, but here's my thing:
I'm a fan of it. As long as it's balanced back out.
I'm a fan of a healthy lifestyle. Like I'm a fan of if it's required.
Yeah, because sometimes the workout, the woman worked out.
Yeah, but if it's required,
and if the skin still. No, it's okay. We got
if it's required.
We ain't have no more kids, and okay. Hey,
but if you put in the work enough, listen. I feel like the surgery is only for if you still single. If your man is fine with it, and he's pouring into you,
appreciate you, Linda.
You shouldn't even need to go get no surgery if he's pouring into you. You know what I'm saying? But what's the next one?
Appreciate you, Linda. Said real men pour into us is deep. No, it's all love, man. We really want women to get better with their dating experiences.
Because they deal with the worst of us, man. And it makes us look bad. Like,
and it'd be some great women. And I'd be like, who you dating? Like, this the dude? Like, this is what you pick?
When I say gorgeous, I'm talking about gorgeous, beautiful, inside and out.
I don't know what it is. It's like they're attracted to trash. And it's like they're attracted to, he ain't got no car. He ain't had no car for the last 6 months. Or he ain't got no job.
Or he treated you like you're just a dime a dozen. And my thing is, it's like, you have no idea. Like, I have women that's so gorgeous, they'll be like, oh, well, one day if I ever get married, we can get married tomorrow. What you waiting? Like, who are you around? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it goes back to comfortability. You're around. The biggest thing I think sometimes
you just waiting for him to fall in the sky. That's what you're doing.
Some women haven't understood. They don't understand their value. You don't understand what you're really worth. You don't understand how beautiful internally you really are
to somebody out
even
there.
Physically, you're still beautiful.
Yeah.
Some of you don't realize that.
Yeah.
When we're saying lose weight sometimes, it's just
it's really for you.
It's really for you. It makes you feel better. Your confidence increases. You're gonna see how many men approach you when you're toned.
You're gonna be shopping at different places.
I guarantee
you're gonna make the most basic shirt look right.
It's gonna be hard to get men off you.
Yeah.
Because you've lost weight. You're in shape.
Yeah.
And some women, I'm gonna say this too, and we're gonna talk too much about that. Some women, I'm gonna be honest. You want a certain type of guy, but the truth is, you don't know how to dress for the certain type of guy.
No, for sure.
I've seen a lot of women that I'm like, what kind of heels them in? Like, what you got on?
Yeah.
Sweetheart, take the motherfucking 579 fucking heels you got on, them fucking 1099 heels. It just,
right.
Nobody taught them how to dress. You look at the heels, toe game weak, like, they still wearing perfume from 7 years there. That's not even the fragrance that's up to par right now. Like, you don't smell refreshing. You don't smell.
All you know is that one thing from you have to say, let me go to the mall and ask them
for that same perfume from 8 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
what's the season right now? Oh, their new collection is still like.
Mama still got diamond on. They're like, what you doing? Linda says, last one before we get off. Linda said, how can a woman get out of that mindset of building a man? You're right. Women are natural nurturers and tend to want to nurture their man. I'm going to let Mike tune in first, and I'm going to tap in.
Okay, so the best way to get out of the mindset is very simple. Best way to get out of the mindset is to understand you're dating adult men. You're not dating high school and middle school boys. If you're dating adult men, those two words right there should tell you enough to get out the mindset. You're not responsible to teach or guide or fix men who are willingly putting themselves in the dating market. Those types of men who need to be fixed and say that they need to be out the market or not given any attention by you, because you still have to have a level of standard. So to get out the mindset is to first know, what are you worth? And when I say what are you worth, not, oh, I know my worth, I know I'm worth, and you ain't worth nothing because you ain't did nothing. I'm talking about understanding, like, you want, what do you want? Do you want a man or do you want a boy?
And
there's a difference between the two.
Difference, man.
And and nowadays they're intertwined. We have man boys.
Man, it's such a real problem.
So they're dancing in front of the, they're doing these little trendy all this trendy stuff, and it's,
that shit is ridiculous, man.
Baby. Like, the man you want ain't into that.
Yeah.
He's not into social media as much as you are. You know, he may watch it, but he's not gonna post as much. He may have 10 posts. That's about it. He don't do nothing in the stories. He don't take selfies a lot because he looks better in person.
My daddy said he's boring. That man. I had a homegirl, right? Beautiful little thing, chocolate little thing, and found a great dude.
Not every man is an influencer.
He don't like social media. He's boring. She left him for like some street foolishness, and then now she regretting. Oh man, this guy driving me crazy. Women, I'm gonna say this, man. To piggyback on what Linda asks, how do you date better? How do you get out of that mindset? Date with purpose. Date with purpose.
Become better.
I want a great man. Here's what a great man is to me mentally, and here's why. And this is why it makes sense. Okay, I want a man that understands what it is to cater. I want a man that understands what it is to listen. I want a man, and remember, a man ain't gonna be perfect.
Never.
But even if you get him 70%, you have to compromise 10, and you can tolerate the 20. That's 100%. Hey, there you go. Some of y'all go. Sometimes your standards is just too unrealistic.
Yeah, you want Jeff Bezos with goddamn, Wesley Pipes meat with goddamn, like, built like The Rock. Like,
it doesn't. It's not gonna come like that.
Like, no.
But if you get a dude, okay, he's 70%. Y'all can negotiate the 10. You can tolerate the 20. But there you go.
But here's what I want women to understand, though. Here's the biggest thing, because it starts there, especially for us as men. Ladies, what you're looking for is you're looking for a man with the right mindset.
That mindset is everything to the relationship.
That's gonna pour into everything else.
It ain't about his dress
mindset
code.
Is gonna pour into how he dresses. It's gonna pour into how he takes care of himself. It's gonna pour into the career he has. It's gonna pour into how he treats you and values you. It all goes back to mindset. So what I would suggest, ladies, to first look at is not look at the physical and try to date like we do. You need to date as in, where is he up here? Because y'all way more psychologically advanced than we are.
Yeah.
Because y'all deal with more pain and emotions than we are. Y'all deal with more changes than we do.
The problem with some women, Mike, once they get the pipe game, once they go to Pound Town, they unfocus. They lost their mind. That's the problem with a lot of women. They know he ain't no good. Date number 3, he done knocked them down. Took them to Pound Town. There you go. All of a sudden, they lost track. They on the wrong track.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen. Men who got all that and the pipe game is good. We rare. Okay?
Yeah.
We part of an elite group of men.
That's the problem. The pipe game confuses women, and that's a real problem.
And listen, ladies, I gotta tell this too, ladies. If sex is high on your list, like, you need to know how to please you, let that be known. Like, there's no shame to that. I had a girl tell me, listen, on a list of 1 to 10, sex is 20 to me.
Hey,
you gotta be able to put it down.
I respect that.
And I had to respect that. I'm like, you got the right one.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? But my point is this: is that you gotta understand not only that, but that has to match into the other thing that's most important. I think all we need to focus on: mindset. If he think like a boy, because why? Men who think like boys, they play video games on their free time.
But the problem I realized too.
Not against people who play video games. My point is just that majority. I'll just use that as an example.
You know what it is? Sometimes women too, they know the man ain't no good, but then they got these homegirls in their ear, and they want to use that as an excuse. My homegirl, my friends like him though. I don't give a damn. Your friends ain't dating him. I don't care how much your friends like him, because you don't want to have to deal with him. You don't want to have to deal with the headache. You don't want to have to go to jail and commissary.
We don't give a damn what the friends say. Men don't give a damn what the friends say. We like you.
That's one thing about men. I ain't gonna lie.
We like you. We don't care what the friends say.
To people, women, I'm gonna tell you how real that is. A woman could have been a straight hoe,
Men know you damn what the homeboy said.
A man, always homeboy. Man, you know she used to be. That's not my problem. She'll go woman now. That's it. That's it. And ain't that? There's nothing to. If he accepts her, at that point we all. Yeah, well, I mean,
we got no
she
choice.
makes sense.
You gotta respect.
But women, it doesn't work the same. I don't know why.
He has to be accepted by the community. This is my girls like him.
My girls like him, but sometimes your girls like him. He's fun, but he ain't no real man.
Right.
He ain't bringing nothing to the table. Right. He ain't teaching you nothing. He's not gonna be a good father for your child, or for your child. He's not gonna lead the family right. He just know how to dress. He got tattoos. He's tall. He has a nice car. He got people. There's more to it. What's his mindset like?
There's more.
We're gonna hold you guys up. It's a late night for people, man. It's your boy Bob from Mentourme.com.
It's your boy Mike the Advisor. Listen, ladies, please. The takeaways I want to give y'all. Stop dating these man boys. Stop dating man. You want to know what a man boy is? Stay tuned. We're gonna give y'all another set of Man Boy 2.0 when we talk about that again. We break down again. I think women should. We need to break that down again. The definition of a man boy.
Yeah, the man boy.
The archetype, because it's a
we
lot
need to break that down. I think what I want to focus on. That's the next topic. Teaching men how to approach women. How to.
I wouldn't say approach, but they need to increase their value. Before they even approach anybody.
That is a good way to say it.
We teach them how to get their shit together.
God, that's a real one. How
the art of being a man. Let's talk about that. The art of being a man.
Yeah, because financially, physically.
Let's just talk about that. The
conversation skills, personality, leadership skills. There's so many dynamics, and these men, they don't have it. A lot of them don't have it. Reason me and Mike we talk about these topics is we're veterans in the world of relationships when it comes to women.
Correct.
And there's some
as in we're living this actively.
Yeah,
this is not just we've done this.
This is not a story we're putting together. Like we've dated a lot of different cultured women, different nationalities.
We're currently in the field,
and it's just like we're in the field of financing. We understand the psychological, and we really believe we could change the dynamics of men and women moving forward to date better. And that's the whole thing, teaching you guys psychologically how to date a little bit better, because that's a real problem. A lot of you guys make poor decisions when it comes to dating. But we're not going to hold up.
Yeah,
people, this is your boy Bob from Mentourme.com.
This is your boy Mike the Advisor. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. And we'll catch up with y'all again next week.
Peace.
Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, let's get up out of here, man.